Hi everybody, it's Mr. Barbier. So today's lesson is going to be a quick one. Okay, this is a very easy topic for most students. As a matter of fact, many of you will already be familiar with it. Today's topic is calculating the mean. So this is a topic that falls under the bigger umbrella of central tendency. Okay, it's called central tendency, the larger topic. And within that topic, you have mean, median, mode, and range. So today we are learning how to calculate the mean. And it's very simple. So the directions are right here and the steps are pretty much right here. So it says directions, calculate the mean for each set of numbers below. To find the mean of a set of numbers, add all of the data together, then divide that sum by the amount of numbers in the set. It's that simple. Let's look at the example. Here are the numbers in the set: 2, 2, 8, 10, and 8. Add them together. 2 plus 2 plus 8 plus 10 plus 8 equals a total of 30. And then it says divide by the amount of numbers in the set. 30 divided by 5 gives you a mean of 6. One thing I want you to all be aware of is that the word mean, you can substitute the word average for mean. So basically when students say to me, Mr. Barbier, what's a word that I can just keep in my mind so I'll never forget what mean means in math? And I tell them average. When you see mean, think average. Okay, so very simple example is imagine you get 5 tests back and you want to know what your average is for that class. You are finding the mean. Basically, you are looking for the mean, and you do it this same way. You just add all of the scores together and you divide by the number of scores you have, and that gives you your average, also known as the mean. So this worksheet you'll be doing, okay? And I encourage you and challenge you to do this one mentally, okay? So you're gonna do this one mentally. And the reason why I say that is because, as you can see, the amounts are relatively small, okay? The amounts are relatively small. You can do this mentally without a problem. And one more thing, I checked and every single total will be divisible evenly by the number of numbers. For example, here's what I'm trying to say, right? If you look at this first one, there's 4 amounts here, 2, 4, 6, and 8, okay? As a matter of fact, they already gave you the first 2 by saying divided by. So they pretty much counted the number of numbers for you for the first 2 problems, okay? So as you can see, you have 4 amounts here. That's why they put the number 4 here. Again, for number 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 amounts here. That's why they put the number 6 there, all right? So you're always dividing by the amount of numbers in the set, okay, always. And then here, sum, let's remember sum means the answer in addition, yes? So all you're gonna do is, as we did up here in this example, you're gonna add these numbers, get the total, put it here, divide it by the number of numbers in the set, the number of amounts in the set, and then put that answer here. And this will be very easy to do mentally, ladies and gentlemen. Trust me, I checked. These are all very, very easy numbers to add. And these are also all evenly divisible by the number of numbers, or the amount of numbers in the set. Okay, so I'm going to challenge you to do that on your own. It's very simple. Again, let's look at the first one really quick, just to kind of give you guys, some confidence. So tell me right now, what's 2 plus 4? Do that mentally. Okay, I heard someone say 6. Very good. Now add 6 to 6. Do that mentally. Someone just said 12. Very good. And now do 12 plus 8. Okay, good. 20. Put that sum right there, that answer 20. And now, ladies and gentlemen, see, I wasn't lying. 20 divided by 4. What is that? Do that mentally. Ask yourself, what number times 4 gives me 20? There it is. Okay, 5. Beautiful. First one done for you. You're going to do the rest by yourself mentally. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're thinking, Mr. B, that's it? I can do that in 5 minutes. Well, that's not it. Here we go. So there's another worksheet I want you to do on top of that one. And this one deals with word problems. Now, I just heard a collective groan. Sorry guys, but this is really what it's about when it comes to taking tests. So you know that you're preparing for a standardized test, a big test, okay? I want you to be prepared for that test. So to be prepared, you must be very comfortable with solving word problems, okay? So let's look at the directions. It says calculate the mean for each set of numbers below. To find the mean of a set of numbers, add all of the data together, then divide by the sum of the amount of numbers in the set. We already know that, right? It's the same exact steps, except now we're given the information in word problem form. Let's look at this example. Ethan received the following scores on his math tests. Test number 1, he got 100. Test 2, he got a 90. Test 3, he got an 80. Test 4, he got another 100. Test 5, he got a 90. And now it says find his mean test score. Well, guess what? The methods, the steps that we did earlier don't change. Here, he adds all of his tests together, 190, 80, 190. The total is 460. And now this, even though it's written sideways, it's a fraction, okay? And let's remember, every fraction expression is really a what? Very good. Someone said division problem. So it's 460 divided by 5. Test gives you a mean of 92 points. So basically, Ethan's average in his math class is 92. Very good average. Ladies and gentlemen, you are going to do the same thing. This time, however, okay, Mr. Barbier is not a meanie. I will allow you to use a calculator for this sheet, okay? The numbers are much bigger, all right? And the purpose of this lesson is not for me to know whether you can add and then divide. I already know you can, okay? I already know you can because I taught it to you. So all you need to do for this lesson is show me that you know how to find the mean, okay? And you are allowed to use a calculator for this worksheet, okay? So for the first one, mental math only, no calculator at all, okay? For this one, you can use a calculator. Let's look at number 1 together, okay? I'll do one question with you for free, okay? Let's look at number 1. It says, James counted the votes in the student council election. 20 third graders voted. 22 fourth graders voted. 22 fifth graders voted, and 30 sixth graders voted. What is the mean number of votes that were cast in each grade? Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to say this because you know it's true and I know it's true. People don't like to read word problems. You know that, I know that, right? Generally speaking, when you used to solve word problems, or maybe you still do it this way, you would just skim the whole problem, look for the numbers, and then if you see a word that said total, you add, right? Now, I hear you laughing because you know that's 100% true. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let me just be very clear. That is a recipe for disaster, okay? Recipe for disaster. From now on, you will read, okay? And you will take your time to read and make sure that you fully understand the problem, that you use the numbers that you need to solve the problem, and you're going to check to see if your answer makes sense. What would happen if we did not read this word problem carefully? I'll tell you what would happen. We would use numbers that we don't need to use to solve the problem, right? In other words, look, there's a 3 right there. Some of you might say, oh, I have to use the 3. I have to use the 4. Wait a minute, that 3 has nothing to do with the problem. That's just third graders, right? Look at this 4. Fourth graders. These are numbers in the word problem that have nothing to do with me finding the mean. But if you didn't read the problem, you wouldn't know it. You would just see the 3, see the 4, see the 5, and say, oh, I have to see the 6 and say I have to add that. No. You see what they did in this word problem? They were very sneaky. They put third grade, fourth grade, fifth grade, sixth grade as digits, and then the numbers you actually need to work with are written in words. Look at that. 20 is written in word form. 22, again, written in word form. If you didn't pay attention to that, you would skip over that important information, right? You have to read, okay? You have to read, and you have to fully understand what you are reading, okay? So the numbers I need for this problem are written in words, okay? Look, so 20, I need to know that because it's 20 third graders. So I should write that down, write that number 20, okay? 22, that's another number I need to solve this problem. There's another 22, okay? And there's a 30, right? There's 36 graders. So that's my data right there, ladies and gentlemen. That's the data. Just like up here, 190, 80, 190. My data for this problem, okay, is very simple. 20, write it down. 22, 22, and 30. All right, that's my data for this problem. So, as a matter of fact, let's write it down right now. Okay, so I'm looking for a piece of scrap. Here we go. Okay, let me just, hold on, give me 1 second. Okay. All right, here we go. Here's a sheet of scrap paper. So I'm going to write down those numbers, all right? I'm going to write, let's see. I'm going to write, so 20 third graders. I'm going to write 20. 22 fourth graders. 22 fifth graders. And 36th graders. All right. The question is, what is the mean number of votes? So let's add. First column, 0 plus 2 plus 2 plus 0. Okay, someone just said 4. Very good. 2 plus 2 is what? 4, right? Plus 2, 6. Yes, plus another 3, 9. Okay, very good. Okay. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we count the number of numbers in the set. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now we do what? We divide by 4. Now, again, I said you can use a calculator for this worksheet. But if you want to challenge yourself and keep your math skills sharp, you can do some of these if you'd like, mentally. So 4 goes into 9. How many? Twice. Very good. 2 times 4 is what? 8. Very good. Subtract. We get 1. Don't forget to check. Is 1 less than 4? Yes, it is. Bring down the 4. Now, some of you might say, wait, Mr. Barbie, hold on. 4 doesn't go into 14 evenly. You're right. That's okay. How many times does it go in without going over? Okay, someone just said 3. Very good. So 3 times 4 is what? 12 is right. Subtract, and we get 2. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that remember, right, there are 2 ways we can end this problem. We could end it as 23, and I can make a fraction out of the remainder, right? I can end it as 23 and 2 over what? Over 4. Don't forget to reduce that fraction to what? Okay, someone just said 1/2. Very good. And ladies and gentlemen, this, will work quickly sometimes, and it won't work quickly all of the time. I can put a decimal behind the 94 and add a 0, bring the decimal up, bring the 0 down, and continue dividing. 4 goes into 20 how many times? Okay, someone just said 5. Very good. 5 times 4 is 20, and I am done. I said this will work quickly some of the time, meaning that what if I added a 0, brought it down, divided, and I still got a remainder left? I would have to add another 0 and keep going. So, not always do I suggest this because we don't know how many zeros we need to add for this problem to finally be done, or if it's going to give me a repeating number. But, if you want to give me the decimal answer, fine, I'll accept the fraction answer as well. Okay, always I'll accept the fraction answer if it doesn't divide evenly. But once again, you could use a calculator. The calculator will give you the exact same answer in one step. Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, that's the answer, 23.5. So the mean number of votes, going back to this question, the question says, what is the mean number of votes that were cast in each grade? And that answer would be 23 and a half or 23.5 votes were cast in each grade. So what I'd like you to do for this worksheet is I'd like you to read each problem very carefully. I'd like you to underline and box, if you have a printed copy of this sheet, underline, box important information. Okay, ignore the unimportant information, which means you are likely going to have to read the problem several times to fully understand it. Okay, so do it. Ladies and gentlemen, you need to challenge yourself because I know you could do it. Don't say, I hate word problems, I'm not going to do this. No, you need to do it because you need the practice. All right, so work on this, ladies and gentlemen. This is a very short assignment, shorter than my usual assignments. You can do it, and I have faith in you. You need help, you know how to get in touch with me. All right, take care, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.